So today we're going to talk about our members, and we really are not a coalition without our members. We have roughly 28 members who are a part of the coalition and help determine the direction the coalition is going, what we need to be focusing on, the needs in our communities, as well as we try to advocate for our members and try to make sure that that we are understanding what they're needing as well. So the way that we do that is that we try to make sure that we are communicating with our members and seeing what needs that they have, as well as what gaps in services there are. Because the last thing we want to do is duplicate services. So we really want to make sure that we are providing accurate information to our members, that we are working with our members to come up with community goals, and just really ensuring that we are all moving in the same direction and have the same ideas in mind. Our membership committee is consisted of about six different committees. They are the street outreach, we have white flag, mental health, expungement, and affordable housing. And so all 28 of our members have elected to be a part of one of those committees. Two of our very active committees right now, as you can imagine with everything that's going on, is our street outreach as well as our white flag. Now, our white flag and street outreach committee kind of are compiled of some of the same individuals. And what they do is they are trying to identify those people who are at risk for becoming a street homeless, at risk for going into shelters, or who currently are street homeless. So one example of the way that they have really all worked together to make sure that we are looking at the numbers of the individuals we have on the street are the point in time. So the point in time count is something that is nationwide. Typically it's done on roughly the same night. The entire nation does it on the same night. It's typically a middle of the month in January. Typically on the coldest day of the year. So as you can imagine, we don't always get the greatest point in time count. But we cover for all of Region 13. And Region 13 consists of about 8 different counties in the southern half of Indiana. And so what our committee did is we were able to go out and count the numbers of truly people who were homeless. So we were able to gather data through our program of people who are in shelters and considered homeless. We need people to go out, beat the streets, go to different programs, go to soup kitchens, go to different communities and try to see where, how many street homeless are out there on a given night. And so that committee really consists of those people that do that on a regular basis. So that consisted of Life Springs, it was Nomad, it was Catalyst Rescue Mission, it was Haven House Services, it was all those people that work with the street outreach. They all came together and were able to count people that were in street homelessness at that time. So in 2019, the total count for all of Southern Indiana was 3,904, and 280 of that was for Region 13. In 2020, when we did it in January, the number was 4,037 for a total of Indiana, which was an increase of about 3.4%. And in Region 13, it was 347, which was a 20%, so it's a pretty big jump, 20% increase in street homeless on that given night. So there are two factors we can factor into that. That first was that night was pretty warm, and so we were able to get a true count of people who were active and out and about, so we were able to capture that data. The other piece was this membership committee. Without that committee and without those members on that committee, we could never have captured that data the way that we were this past year. And so what that means now is we take that back to, or it goes back to IHCDA, goes back to the state, and we get funding. And so we get funding depending on what the need they feel like that is. And so we were shown we have a 20% increase in homelessness, and so there is a need for us to get federal and state funding in Southern Indiana, and that will be deciphered to all those members that are a part of our continuum of care and part of the Homeless Coalition. So that's really why those numbers are important. And so we're really fortunate to have those members on our membership committee that have access to those individuals or have relationships with those individuals and are able to move about and get those numbers. So that's one example of many, many, many that I could tell of how our committee and how our members are an asset to the Homeless Coalition. So we are going to have I really encourage you to go to our website and look at the specific data. Please reach out if you have any other questions. And we will post some more stats and data on our Facebook page and our website as we move along. Thank you.